to another episode of Rated Culture Podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Brandon. I'm your host. And today I want to introduce a special guest, actress, comedian, licensed clinical therapist. You've seen her on VH1's Flavor Flav. Please let me introduce Courtney Jackson AKA Goldie in the building today, okay? How you doing, love? How you doing?
Dealing with this cold that is with my voice.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah.
There we go. You know what? The tea, that's what tea, honey, all of that. And something warm, that helps. That helps get that. And it's a season.
I'm drinking coffee.
Okay.
So maybe I'm
No, is it? No, coffee is good. It's just do a mixture of coffee and tea. Try to mix it up a little bit. Yeah. Mix it up. Yeah. So in the morning, do the coffee. Maybe before bed or dinner time, the tea. So it keeps the vocals going on. Right. So today, I want to thank you. I'm honored to do this interview with you. Number one, such an awesome personality, awesome character, just all around authentic in your spirit and everything, just from just watching you on TV and reality TV. So I'm honored to do this interview with you. So thank you so much. Yes.
I'm honored to be on your show. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and I know thank you. And I know for once it's usually do the interviews, so it's kind of like a switch. Yeah, it's like a switch. So it's like kind of give you a break.
You know what it is? Like every Wednesday, I interview people, mostly comedians, on my show,
Goldie interviews. Yes. We're gonna get into that too.
Interview today. Yeah, ask away.
Yes. I want to speak on that. How did you get started with that? So I'm gonna try to keep things in order so we can try to get everything out that some of the fans and then just personally like people want to know. And so real quick for all the new subscribers and people that's just tuning in, Rated Culture Podcast. We're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube. Check us out. If you like our content, please subscribe, all that good stuff. So we're gonna jump right into it. And we're gonna start from the basis, and then we'll go into the comedy, into the filming. So we'll and then other stuff like that. So first off, born and raised North Carolina.
Yeah.
And so
small.
Yes.
Rayford, Carolina.
Okay. Rayford.
And we had one high school. So.
Okay. And fun fact. So I live in New Jersey now, and so I was born here. So my family migrated to I'll say that from up here to the Triad region, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point. So I lived there for about a good 10 years, and then went to school. Yeah, UNC Greensboro, around UNC Charlotte. Yeah, so I'm North Carolina roots too. I think Rayford's like Fayetteville. That's more east, right? Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. So I wasn't really over there. I think the furthest is Raleigh for me. I'm not. Yeah. Furthest Raleigh, but North Carolina in the building. Okay. So I saw Fayetteville, and I was like, and then
it's good people in North Carolina.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love. That's like second home to me. That's like second home to me. So when I go see my family, I'm always down there and stuff like that. But yes, I wanted to see North Carolina. Born and raised. I see you went to UNC Chapel Hill for. Now I saw Fayetteville. It was Fayetteville State. I'm trying to understand the.
So this is the what happened. What happened? Yeah, I went to UNC Chapel Hill first. That was my initial university school when I graduated from high school. And I got a little psychology degree that I really didn't do nothing with.
Okay.
I just went to school because that's what people did. Everybody, you just went to college. You won't come out of high school and didn't have no goal and know what you was doing.
We'll go to school, yeah.
So, I was like, okay, yeah, and UNC was a good school, so I went there. I ended up going back later on to Fayetteville State University, Bronco Pride.
Yeah, Fayetteville State.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Fayetteville State FSU and got my master. I actually got another bachelor's in social work, and I got my master's from there in 2017.
Okay. And congratulations on that. Okay. And so I know UNC Chapel Hill, out of all the UNC, because UNC Charlotte, Greensboro, Wilmington, and what's the last one? Greensboro and Asheville. That's one. UNC Chapel Hill is the top. I think that's the top school out of the state. One of them. Yeah.
Yeah. We Tar Heel.
Tar Heel. Yeah.
Like Jay-Z did a song about the Tar Heel.
Tar Heels. Right.
Carolina.
Right.
Like we know Morning, Vince Carter. You mean the list go on and on.
Right. So shout out. We're gonna give a shout out to UNC, Chapel Hill, all of that. We're gonna shout out to them because can't do nothing without giving them respect. Just where we started off.
Focused. Back like when I was in school at Chapel Hill, it's a great school,
but it's pretty big.
Folks. Like I was turning up. I was at the hard, getting it in. So I probably would have been a doctor by now.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Oh my! I know some of the friends I had went to Shaw University. That's Raleigh. Yeah. What was the other one? North Carolina Central.
Yes, Central. My cousin Central.
Okay, North Carolina.
Yeah, Johnson C. Smith.
Yeah, that's the HBC. So besides UNC, the colleges up there, everybody else is going to the other schools, and A&T, of course.
What was funny is because my best friend went to A&T.
Yeah, there we go.
A&T. So every weekend I was at A&T partying with them because they had, it was cracking.
Yeah, it still is. It's still every time. It's always the homecoming. I don't know if you ever got a chance to go to the homecomings. Yeah. Homecoming.
It's like no shade, like A&T. You got the best homecoming.
Right.
The the tailgates.
Yeah.
They got the old school tailgate and the young tailgate.
Yeah, I remember I went a few times, and they still, even to this day, I think they still, and it's still popping. So shout out to A&T University. Aggie Pride, right. So you were talking about you got your degree in, what was it, psychotherapy, or what was the therapist, or you got the degree in being clinical? Yes.
Master's in social work.
Social work, excuse me. Yeah.
And I'm fully licensed as a licensed clinical social worker.
Social work. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And so my next question was like, what inspired you to go down that route as for your degree and study?
Let me just say, I think that most people grow up in families that's a little bit crazy.
Oh yeah.
Really is, and I'm being funny when I say the word crazy. Like it's really like a lot of families deal with mental health issues. And so, in my personal life and family, we had that too. And for me, I think it was like a personal thing. Like I want to just kind of figure out, what's going on with me and mine.
Yeah.
And I always had an interest. I always had like an interest in like medical things and talking to people. But when I kind of got to that stage in my life and I looked at like what I really love to do, I love talking to people. And people always call me about their problems. So I was like, that sounds natural, combo. Let me go into that. And then also my dad he always thought I would make a good social worker.
And so with the listening ear and talking, yeah,
I love like people a lot, especially kids. I love working with children.
Okay.
But I'm a big kid myself. So I can always get on their level and like I love we used to do at one of my my previous job, we used to do like groups with gang members. And it would be I would be having a ball. Like other staff would be kind of scared. And I would be like, they're my people, they're my boys. So it was always a good time, even dealing with serious things, with work, as work was concerned. And then every once in a while, one of them would be like, what up, Goldie?
Right. They probably recognize you, but yeah. And
they recognize me, but they cool though. I mean, my clients are like amazing people. They're really cool, and I love the fact that they trust me with their stuff to help them to get in a better place.
Yeah. I have a therapist myself, so I understand that over time, not every therapist, or what I tell some of my friends, you got to choose the right therapist, because sometimes nothing wrong with the therapist and like a personality or who they are, but you have to click and connect with the right one that can understand. And and so for me,
I had a therapist at one point and back home, and she was a nice lady, but she was super judgy. Like she was just very judgmental. Like every time I would tell her something, she would be like, "Oh, really, Courtney? Is that what are you really? Is that what you're gonna do?" Like, yo. I came with you.
Yeah.
You cool, but I can't talk to you no more.
Yeah.
I need a non-judgy therapist.
Not gonna, because then the whoever's getting the treatment or the therapy is gonna feel judged, and they're not gonna open, and they're not. It's defective therapy. It's not gonna.
Exactly.
It's not gonna work. So yeah. So it's good that you have that the energy and the personality to help others and be open, so they can be open up to you, and it makes it easier. And you said the kids. Oh yeah, the kid if they feel comfortable around you, then it'll be easier. And a lot of children, and I want to go into the next topic, is a lot of children are growing up in this generation with a lot of mental health trauma from the past, from parents. My next question was, what's your input on just mental health, period? Like, how do you feel just mental health in general?
Well, in general, I think it's so good that now, you know what I'm saying, people are like opening up to talking about mental health issues, talking about like depression, anxiety, like all type of like different things they're dealing with, bipolar disorder, whatever. And I think it's a thing that we should have been talking about a long time ago.
Yeah.
And instead of like making it hush hush and just saying ain't nothing wrong with you, you good, ain't you okay, girl, you know, go relax, whatever the case. And I think like now people are like openly saying like, oh, I have a therapist, or, oh, I'm talking to a therapist.
Yeah.
Coming more and more, especially in the Black community.
Within the Black, yeah.
It's more and more common and accepted, which is what we need. Cause man, I feel like nobody's been through the trauma collectively that we have as a people in this world. Like Black people have been through a lot of stuff, and as cool as we are, as funny as we are, as amazing as we are, we still need to deal with our stuff.
Yeah.
If we don't, it manifests in so many different negative ways, which, you know, people are like, you know, they'll smoke, they'll drink, they'll do whatever they do to self-medicate.
Yeah.
But in time, it's like it affects your health if that's your main go-to for your problems.
Right.
You know what I mean? Overall, I think I love where we're going as a country and as a people in the direction of like, yeah, I got some issues.
Some stuff. Yeah.
Stuff. So, you know, because even with like relationships, like I love talking about relationships.
Yeah, me too. So
relationships, I feel like we bring a lot of baggage into the relationship. And then we look at the other person like, well, if you love me, you'll fix it. Or you'll just deal with it because it comes along with me. Issues are not children. That's not the same. You can't just expect somebody else to just take on your stuff and be okay. So it's like, that's why we really got to get whole so that our relationships are stronger and we don't have so many broken homes all over the place.
Yeah.
For real.
I agree. I'm glad you spoke on that. And on top of that, the mental health or people's mental health has been affected during this pandemic the most. I feel like I think since we're 2 years in with this, I can speak for myself also that like we don't even know when they're gonna pull the plug. We don't know. We're on this ride, on this roller coaster, and we're waiting to get off. I don't want to go back around another 5 times. But people's mental health, I think now is taking a toll, and therapy, virtual therapies, Zoom is awesome with that, things like that. I think, what are some ways, and before we wrap up with the mental health area, in your opinion, what are some ways to improve like mental health, like during this time? Maybe this could help a few people that's listening and tuning in.
You know, just one thing is like, don't procrastinate. You know what I mean? Like, don't wait around like, oh, well, eventually one day I'll deal with it. One day, therapist, like, okay, you know, like, no, like proactively, like Google people, get on the phone, like start trying to, and like you said before, you have to find somebody who you match with. So, you know, sometimes that's a process and you got to go through maybe 3 different people before you're like, okay, yeah, I can talk to them. I like them. This is who I'm with. So, you know, just kind of being proactive with, you know, finding help.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, wait. Give me your question again.
So what are some ways to improve your mental health? No, it's fine.
Oh,
yeah.
To improve mental health.
Yeah, improve like journaling, meditation.
Like interventions. So what I tell my clients, like I tell them always, like it's good to have somebody that you trust, that you can talk to, you can pick up the phone, that you can just call and like, chop it up. Also, like journaling is really good.
Journaling, yeah.
To get your stuff out every day. You may not be able to pay for a therapist every day or be able to get somebody on the phone all the time, but you always can kind of pull out pen and pad and put down your feelings and just to get it out.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, it's tons of different like good coping skills that people can do.
Yeah.
The exercises. You can also do like grounding techniques. There's a lot of good YouTube videos on grounding techniques when you're dealing with anxiety.
Yeah.
But just kind of overall, like getting on top of it, not just kind of saying, "Oh, it'll be okay," or because a lot of times you don't.
Yeah.
And it gets worse as time goes on because during this pandemic, things are happening. I'm talking about like right now, I have a friend whose father is in the hospital and dealing with COVID, and it's looking really bad. Yeah. So it's just like things are not gonna stop happening. So we have to make sure that we're okay all the time as we are dealing with
changes and stuff. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and that's so true because a lot of people are coping the best way they can. They're drinking. I know a lot of people going out now because being quarantined for so long. It's like people want to have a social life and things like that. And I know we just had the holidays and things like that, but we're still in a pandemic. We still have to be, masked, social.
People ordered a whole lot of clothes on Amazon. Like they was ordering shoes, clothes, makeup, all kind of stuff. And then you have nowhere to go. You got all this stuff, this new stuff, but you ain't got nobody to show it to.
Right.
So,
right.
Now you got to get out, yo.
Yeah.
You out, but you got to get out, like ways, like maybe kind of small groups, maybe not big events.
Big groups, yeah.
Yeah, but friends, yo. Sometimes you need. I need person-to-person contact. Like I'm not that person to be like on the phone all the time with you. I need to see it.
See it, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. That's how I am. I like one-on-one and more in person. That's how. Yeah. That's kind of how I am. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears a little bit. We're gonna from the mental health and college and stuff. We're gonna go into the comedy now. A little bit of that. So, first things first. Kind of going back a little bit to school and Chapel Hill, all that stuff. When did you start having a passion for doing comedy, or like when did that start? Yeah.
So I had a passion for comedy. Period. When I was in high school.
Okay.
Because I remember, like, I would watch Comic View and think it was the best thing ever. Like, I watched Def Jam too, and Def Jam was amazing, but like I couldn't really watch HBO like that because my daddy couldn't afford cable all the time. You feel me?
Yeah, at the time.
So I would watch Comic View and come to school and retell jokes that I heard on Comic View. Okay. And then my friends didn't watch comedy like that. So they was just like, Courtney, you are crazy. Like, where you get that from? And I would be like, from Comic View, like, what you mean? So, and then I went to see Martin Lawrence, You So Crazy, when it was in the movie theater. And I was staring at the screen like, oh my God, I want to do that. Like, I thought Martin on stage, big screen, nothing was better.
Yeah.
Anyway, just as I got older, it was something that I found myself always kind of doing, like being the funny one at a job or being the funny one in class or, just always kind of like, finding the humor and stuff. Cause I ADHD, like I get bored easy. So that comedy was my way of getting myself from being bored so much. And so anyway, when I remember talking to my homegirl, we were going to Miami on a trip, probably like spring break or something, I don't know. And I was like, girl, when we get to Miami, we need to find a comedy club, but she's funny too. And so she was like, yeah, we gonna get on stage. Yeah, okay. It sounded like such a far-fetched idea. And when we got to Miami, we completely forgot about getting on stage. We was trying to look cute on the strip, okay? We wanted to be cute on the strip and we won't think about that no more. But on that trip, we ended up running into Kevin Hart.
Okay.
And at the time, Kevin wasn't Kevin Hart. Kevin was the guy from Soul Plane. That's all. We was like, oh, you the guy from Soul Plane. And so anyway, a couple years later, I moved to LA and was walking down Sunset Boulevard. I was looking for a job because I was, at the time I was bartending. And I was like, ooh, I'm gonna work down on Sunset. I'm gonna get a job. Ooh, I'm gonna make drinks. And I saw the Comedy Store and I said, oh my God, I just won't eat today because I gotta go try on stage. I gotta go get on the stage and do some jokes. So I did put my name on the list. I put Courtney Jackson from North Carolina. Because at the time, you know, I didn't have the nickname Goldie.
Yeah.
I got that from Flav. And so and then I got up on stage and it's been an addiction ever
since then. History was written.
Yeah.
So speaking of Martin Lawrence, I did my research. That's I saw a little clip, a little intro of you on First Amendment episode. And so I don't know if a lot of people know that, but I grew up on that. My aunt used to show it like the older seasons. In the beginning, you're like, Martin's coming. Like, you know, he's coming out and stuff. And I was like, I know that's Goldie. So I had to go. I literally had to rewind a few times, go through the episode. I was like, I don't know if you had your own segment, but you were in the intro. They got you in the intro.
On First Amendment, I was because at the time my manager was Carlton Davidson. He was one of the producers of that show. So kind of got me in to do like the behind the scenes background, interviewing all the comics.
Yeah. And
talking to Martin. I got to, you know, meet him and
Martin,
just so fun. It was such a fun experience. Doing all of that. Yeah. And that was probably a seed to me, like now, you know what I'm saying, like interviewing comics all the time.
Yeah. A lot of like some of the greats, like for me, Deion Cole, Lunel, Bruce, some more, Wanda Sykes, all of them, like those, like for me, that show Martin Lawrence, that First Amendment was such a great show because it was giving people like the showcase that even though, you know, they had their segments, it was just enough to like he's allowing people to do their stand-up and their comic, like, and also give love to them at the same time. It's like, okay, this person's next. This person,
Yeah, Martin is amazing. Like that was huge because that was on like Stars.
Stars.
I mean, it was the Stars of Showtime.
Stars. It was Stars. Yeah.
Stars. So that's huge because it gave like people like actual like television time and appearances. But a lot of like helping comedians, like showcases, and like I did a showcase for him in LA one time. But he's always like, even in movies, like I would say him and Eddie Murphy, they're always like reaching back and bringing like a lot of comics that people may not know that well into the limelight. I was just watching Life the other day, and I'm looking at like how many like comedians he actually had in that movie. I'm like, he was always, you know, they was always showing love.
Yeah. I like that. I like how it's not just one person show the whole time. It's like different showcase. And then of course, like I said, the great Cat Williams. I should have brought him up too. Cat Williams and oh my goodness, there's so many. Question: what is some of your top favorite comedians of all time? I know this is hard. I know because there's so many.
Yeah, this is such a hard question.
Yeah. Okay.
Out of a lot of comics.
Yeah. Well, at the top of your head right now, like what's some that just have inspired you the most? I'll say Martin Lawrence will do them, you know, for him, of course. But
definitely Martin.
Okay.
I would say definitely Lunel. Lunel is fearless. She is fearless on stage. Like, and she has such a beautiful personality. I love her.
Yeah.
I mean, oh man, Wanda Sykes. Okay.
Gary Owen, are you a Gary Owen fan?
I do like Gary Owen.
Okay.
I do. Yeah. Cat Williams. It's so many. Like I just interviewed my girl Rita Brent.
Yes.
Rita
yes.
is one of the funniest female comedians. And she's up and coming. Just niche. Man,
okay. It's so many. Yeah, it's a hard question.
I would say Deion Cole because we used to hang out a lot in LA, and he was so cool. And when I first met him, he was like, oh my God, Goldie, I'm a fan. And I was like, oh my God, Dion, I'm a fan. Like, fanning out because he's a hilarious comedian. I don't know, man. It's so many. Damon Williams, Sean Morgan, hot sauce comedian from St. Louis is hilarious. Up and cut. I mean, I got a long list.
It's on list, yeah. That's a part.
Small little group. It's too many really funny people out here.
Right. Another clip I saw, I was doing some more research on YouTube actually. It was when it was uploaded 13 years ago, but you did a New York comedy club stand up. And it was old. This is back. I should have sent you some new stuff. But
yeah.
So I wanted to see I don't know if that was the full time. They only uploaded maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. But you talking about like a relationship, you messing with the crowd and stuff like that. But it was good. He was like, I'm Goldie, y'all. Peace out. It gave me my time. And I was looking, I was like, I haven't seen this. It's old footage. It's old footage, but I'm gonna assume this was after filming and stuff. After, of course, after Flavor Flav, Okay, so I saw that. Some of other works that you've been in and I put in is you were in the Comedy Central roast for Flav, right? Or
I was.
Okay.
I wasn't on,
but you were part. You were part.
Listening to people roast him.
Okay. There's another, and I haven't tuned into this. Tons of Love. It was aired in January 2009. Okay.
So that movie was so fun. I did that with Capone. Capone is actually who I'm gonna be interviewing this coming week on my show.
All right, shout out to him. Shout out.
Him and Gerald Kelly.
Okay.
And I played Gerald's girlfriend in the movie, and then Capone was like his best friend. And so it was just all kind of crazy stuff. With this actress named Simone. And then so they had like some kind of little wild sex scene in the movie. And like this girl didn't want to do it. And I was like, I'll do it. I'm good.
Yeah.
So I had to put on this big blonde wig and pretend like I was in the bed with this guy. Like it was crazy. It was a crazy little independent.
Yeah, independent.
By my boy Michael Kimbrough. But it was fun. I mean, that's what when you in LA, that's what you want to do. You act and be in as many projects as you possibly can. And so that just, that one just kind of helped, push me along.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tune into that and give you some feedback on that because I saw that and I said, I want to know what the works was going on. But I know this was after, of course, after. It
was so now. Let me say, it was super low budget. Now
those are actually the start. I like kind of like the authentic raw ones, the startup ones. Actually, for me, I'm the type of person like I like the startup. Sometimes the overproduction or the new stuff now is so scripted. And so, yeah.
I'm like, because you looking around like, okay, wait a minute, is this a coffee table or a cardboard box? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So, then like, okay.
Interesting. I like that. So, Goldie interviews. And so this is your platform. It was an awesome platform. I was actually just watched your interview with Sitar, with Heidi. So I watched it. Yes, that was a good interview. And I know you guys haven't spoken probably for a couple of years since you guys filmed both those two shows. So Goldie interviews. That what kind of started you to or inspired you to start that platform within IG?
It was definitely the quarantine.
Okay, I was gonna say.
It was one of those stuck in the house, and everybody. I was watching a lot of other people do, interview shows and getting online, just wanting to connect with people. And so one of my coworkers at the time was like, man, can you please get online and do something? Can you please? Because your fans are like wanting to, see you.
See you, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, boom. Let me just do it. Let me just start.
Yeah.
And I jumped right in and
the interviews came.
And it seemed, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed because it gave me something to do.
Yeah.
I enjoyed researching people and digging into their stand-up. And it wasn't always comedians. Like, I interviewed music artists like Mr. Cheeks.
Okay.
I interviewed PhDs like African-American women who are PhDs and just, I think people who inspire me.
Yeah.
And but mostly I'd say probably 90% of it is me talking to comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, it's, you know, it's like, it's usually an hour. Sometimes we go a little longer, but it's an hour-long show. And Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's always fun. Like, I'm having fun. I'm literally having fun on my show, chopping it up with people. And so, you know, because ultimately I want to have my own late night talk show.
Yeah. Okay. That's the thing. Yeah. That could be the thing. I can see with that. Yeah.
I'm late night because I don't like to get up in the morning. So we're not doing nothing. I don't want to do nothing in the morning. I mean, I'll say it, look, if the opportunity come my way, I ain't gonna turn it down.
Yeah. Right.
But my preference is to have late night show.
Late night, yeah.
Late night.
It could be, if you did do it early morning, it could be like Good Morning with Gold, you know, something like that. But you know how they like they used to do Good Morning, what they still do, Good Morning America, or Good Morning Today, or stuff like that.
Yo King is popping. She on the morning, whatever that morning show she on. Now when I get up first thing in the morning, I sound like this. Yeah. So I need some time. I need time.
Yeah, to wake up and just like process some stuff. I know that feeling.
Process at first thing.
Oh wow! Well, I'm just so excited to see what else you have coming up in the comedian world. I mean, comedy community, and I like how you support Black culture. Like you're doing, you're supporting the Black culture, other artists, other comedians, other people in the industry, and just like I said, showing love instead of it like competition wise or stuff like that. So yes. Awesome. I support you all the way for the Goldie interviews. I definitely am tuning in to the next couple of ones because and it's such an inspiring platform, especially with IG, because you know how with the quarantine and everything, live and all that was the only thing we got right now. It's hard to do shows or like I know stand up is taking a toll right now. You know, like a lot of performances.
But thank God, it's like we're getting back. We're getting back. Stand up, people are coming out. I just left Chicago.
Okay.
Did a couple shows up there, and people were out. Like,
they came out. Okay.
That's what I meant to say earlier when we talk about mental health. Mm-hmm. That's another like awesome coping skill.
Yeah.
Is laugh. Find something that makes you laugh, whether it's movie or stand up or whatever, you know, TV shows. Like, laugh. We have to.
Yeah.
Serious stuff going on right now. People losing their life. Please laugh. Don't take yourself so serious that you cannot laugh. Cause it's a release, like them endorphins in your brain that like help you feel good. When you laugh, you all over the place.
You're all over the place. Right. I agree to that too. All right, so we're gonna get into the bulk of the interview that people probably been wanting to listen to, Flavor Flav and Charm School. We want to get into that. When I'm gonna try to wrap it, you know, because I know it's been some time with Flavor Flav.
Also, I don't know if you saw it, but I just want to like highlight. I did a play with Billy D. Williams. It was called Shacking Up with Billy D. Williams and Shirley Murdoch, Leon, Lenny Williams, and it was so fun. Like, I did it probably like around 07, 08. And we were out with I'm Ready Productions out of Houston, Texas.
Okay.
But we did 3 months on the road. And when I tell you, I had the time of my life. Okay. Like, it was so fun to like do like actual stage plays.
Yeah.
So I had to be like this kind of like hood character. And every scene, I would change my wig to a different color.
Yeah.
And so I ended up like, they gave me a gun. They gave me a fake gun. I got to shoot somebody. Like, it was so fun. I fell on stage in Detroit. Yes, in Detroit. Like I had on some stilettos that I couldn't really walk in.
Okay.
And I like was coming down the stairs and like my heel got caught. And I went flying through the air and fell on my ankle. And look, the actors go through some stuff. I'm telling you, but how much scrimp? I said scrimp.
Scrimp.
For me to get my lines, and I was hurt so bad. I twisted my ankle. And in the scene, I was with Elise Neal, and Elise kept looking at me, and she was just like, "Yeah." And remember you had to do the thing, and I was like, "Oh yeah." Was hurting so bad.
You gotta improvise. When things happen, you kind of gotta keep going.
Had to keep going, and so she helped me. I thank God for it. She helped me to like hop off the side of the stage.
Yeah.
During that scene, when I got to the back, Leon was like, you better you need to put your foot in this ice bucket." And I'm like, I'm acting all like, I don't want to do it. I'm like, I don't want to do it. And he's like, "You better put your foot in this ice bucket or you are not going to be on the road with us anymore." I was like, okay.
You guys like blood, sweat, and tears. Kind of for the showbiz. Yeah. Blood, sweat, and tears, literally.
Must go on.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a
interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. This was called, the place was called what again? This was
the play was called Shacking Up.
Shacking Up. Okay, I'm gonna look this up because I like stage plays in general, like Tyler Perry. You know, we can go back to Tyler Perry. They have some on YouTube that's a little low independent. You know, more independent plays, but like
real independent.
Real independent. It's the storyline is so left. But let's get into Flavor Flav and a little bit of VH1 filming. Real quick for the subscribers that's here, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. If you're listening, if you like this content, please join our community. Let's jump into it. Flavor Flav, I'm gonna try to break it down a little bit. I've seen interviews with Lacey. I've seen it was another interview you did, I think, or you broke it down with Hottie. But I'm gonna try to break down season 1, and we're going. I'm actually more interested in Charm School a little bit. But season 1, I think the interview you said you found it on Craigslist. I did. So you found it on Craigslist, and so on Craigslist, I don't think you knew who it was. I think Shatara said that she knew who was going to be there or who in the house, or like, you know, who the guy was going to be. But I think you said that you didn't know who exactly.
I did. I think she said she didn't know, but I knew the whole time. When I saw it on Craigslist, they listed it as being a show with Flavor Flav.
With Flav. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So it was on Craigslist. That's that. I know at the time that's how they did ads and stuff like that. So you got casted. Got in for the first night, the strawberries and champagne. Now, let me tell you, on Twitter and social media, that is a viral video. That is it's a mood. It's a mood. It's just, that's why, especially with the strawberry. It's just literally.
I'm like, hold on, wait, let me drop it.
Right. That video has been viral. On Twitter, people will use it talking about their wedding or anniversary and stuff like that. I feel like you were closest to the house with Rain, or I think she has your back the most, or Thaler. I'm trying to use somebody in it.
It was really cool.
Yeah, well, in that episode, she took care of you when you and everything. She
I needed taken care of.
Yeah, just a friend or something like that. Yeah. Pumpkin, I feel like you were close to Pumpkin, and Hoops, of course. The rest of the girls, I don't think so. You were kind of dogging Hottie a little bit, but it was like a love-hate relationship. But because of course you guys are still cool, but it was like you knew how she was, but she already was just doing her thing. So I want to say it was a love-hate.
I was so thankful for Hottie being there and being the person she was.
The personality, she had
so much material. It was really not much going on to talk about outside of her and her. So it was like, yes, there's somebody here that I can like
take the clown.
And Hottie never took it serious. She knew it was for TV. So she never got, mad or nothing like that. So it was really a perfect storm. That house was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And she took it, her personality, and shout out to her, because she on top of other cast members, she did make the show. Her personality just made the show, and even Charm School. You did the Kids Challenge. You got threw up on. That was interesting. You met Flav's mom. Hottie's chicken incident. We know that. We've seen that. The census challenge. This is funny. Flav said you smelled like chicken wings and stuff.
Like chicken wings.
That's what he's. When I redid the episode, he said, he couldn't see. He was blindfolded. He was like, you smell like chicken, something like that. And then bring it up, Hottie again. You guys did like a singing challenge, and so everybody was doing their vocals. You doing your vocal, and Hottie broke out in opera or something. I don't know if you remember, but every time I see that clip, she
like that.
She broke out in song and something like that. But Bridget Nelson episode, the lie detector test, you were the only one that told the truth. And Flav came up to you, he was like, "Yo, you didn't lie." Everybody else.
When they said told the truth. Okay. It's a little different.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say. I mean, we don't know the all of that, but he liked that. That's why you made it to the top four. Yeah, to the final four. And so you did outshine New York on that solo or that one-on-one date. And so that you were the first one out of season 2. All of that. You were the first one to really outshine her. And of course, she didn't like that. And so yeah. And so, but you did make it to the final four, which is good. Yeah. And
I said, deal with it.
Right, and there was a scene where he was like she was saying, "Do you want some food?" And so he literally was just looking at you the whole time. And I think he was a little tipsy or whatever. And so you looked at New York like just kind of tilted your head. You didn't say nothing. He's like, "All right." And I know at first you probably were like, "I don't know how the date's gonna go," but that was iconic. That was iconic. But at the end, Flav felt like you wanted to be friends, and I feel like the energy was friendship.
It was,
and that's okay. That's okay.
It was. It's funny because I do joke about it on stage that like I like to kiss when I drink.
Yeah.
Oh, I was super. That's all New York's fault because she brought out the liquor and was like, "Girl, let's drink before we go on this date." Yeah. So I was good and saucy. I was very saucy before we went out. And then when I saw him, I was like, "Oh, hey, boo, what's up?" We just kissed. Mm-hmm. And so, after that, he was like, "Oh, it's popping. It's on it."
Yeah.
Oh.
So Hoops ended up winning that season. They didn't work out. Okay, cool. Not Flavor Love 2. Flavor Love 2 Girls in Charm School. 2007, it aired. Monique was the dean. So the girls from your season, Pumpkin, Rain, High, Smiley, what's her name? Laylene and Crystal. That was the season 1 girls. To be honest, I wrote this down. I feel like Miss Latin should have been on there and Red Oyster.
Oh, I miss her.
I was gonna say, have you?
I liked her a lot. Me and her was real cool, but on a technicality. Yeah. Somebody said she was on the phone with her dude. I'm like,
yeah, and I know this. I know this is old. I don't even think she's like social media big. I don't know. But if you do a Goldie interview, that would or Red Oyster.
I'll connect you. I'll connect you to her. Like, I really liked her a lot.
Yeah, Red Oyster.
Probably somewhere married with a bunch of kids now. But yeah.
She was a hidden gem, but I feel like they should have added those two to and that's my opinion. You might not hear that, but Miss Latin and Red Oyster. How do you feel on Charm School? How was it like meeting the other season 2 girls? Like, how did you? Because that was probably your first time meeting some of them.
The season 2 girls were cool. They was just, I feel like they were like more like aggressive. Yeah. So it was more like in your face, more aggressive type personalities. Then we were kind of just like laid back, chill, want to have a good time type. Mm-hmm. But like, I think they more so understood a dynamic about reality TV that you still see to this day. Yeah. That people who create conflict are the ones that stick around. Are the ones like to watch. So I don't know if that was like kind of naturally who they are, or they like all that energy because they knew that was gonna get more ratings, whatever the case. But overall, I had more fun on Flavor of Love than I did on Charm School. I felt like Charm School became a different type of competition. Okay. Okay. Because we in competition for Flavor Flav. Yeah. And Charm School, we were in competition for money.
Money, yeah.
So money, the love, what they say, the love of money.
For the love of money, yeah.
Like it'll bring out. sometimes it can bring out the worst in people.
Yeah. You saw what happened.
And you know, everybody think about their bills they got to pay at the crib.
Yeah.
So they like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win this money. So I think just kind of sometimes it went like maybe like a negative kind of way on some of the challenges or whatever. But you know, overall, it was still cool.
It was still a good time. Cool. Yeah. It was still
anytime you know you get paid to hang out in a mansion and you are on national TV, like it's cool.
It's cool, yeah.
No.
Right. So for the I know you spoke on this and you said in an interview that Flavor Flav was not scripted. Charm School was not scripted.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, I just want to confirm that because I heard you say that in an interview that even the deans, because Nikki was given script. I feel like she's giving script a lot. And what's his name? Keith giving like Simon Cowell energy.
Yeah. Well, I think,
Simon Cowell.
Production wise, I think they kind of like tell them like, okay, we need you to be this type of person.
Yeah.
You to say like, you know, these type of things.
Yeah.
Because production will pop out anytime and kind of give direction, but I never saw any scripts or any looking at something to know what to say. Yeah.
Okay, so and then pretty much wraps down to it is Charm School. Monique eliminated you because she felt like there's other people here that should have been, I guess, you know, in more needed Charm School. I don't think there was a justified reason to.
Oh, so well because I lost the challenge.
The challenge, yeah, I think that kind of puts you.
I was in a group with Bucky, and I ended up losing the challenge. Well, no, I wasn't with Bucky. I went with somebody else, and I can't really remember now, but I remember like I should have went in her because her group won, and had I been in her group, I'd have been okay. But I was in a group that was in the bottom, and so bottom group, I was eliminated.
Yeah, and then it just so happened. But what's her name? Safari ended up winning. And so, shout out to her. Great personality. You know, she seemed like a great personality. And so, with Charm School, were you asked to do any, or VH1 wise, did they ask you to do I Love Money or anything or any other shows? No, I Love Money.
They never did.
Interesting. Now that
I probably would have.
Yeah, at least try. Yeah, at least try.
Because even if you don't win the actual like show, you still pay for being on the show.
Yeah. And you guys were in Mexico. They went to Mexico, and that house, it was a gorgeous house. And
like they can still call me right now. And we got a money show.
Or something like that. They had I like how they integrated the shows, the Of Love shows, and then they had a hidden season. And I don't want to go into too much detail. Like I think it's a copyright issue with that, but it was a hidden season. I think Delicious was on there. I think Lacey was on there.
I Love Money 3.
Yeah. It was a Delicious, Bucky, Lacey, some other people. Something happened. I don't want to get too deep in it because I think it is a copy. That's why they couldn't air it. But it was a hidden season, and then season 4, which I forgot who was on there. But I Love Money was a big, that. It would have been nice to see you on there, definitely. To wrap up some of these last questions for the interview, and how do you feel about? Oh no, I'm sorry. Do you still keep in touch with anybody from your shows? Anybody you film with and stuff?
Oh, so I prior to last year or year before, I would have said like no, but now since I've been doing Goldie interviews, I reach out to different girls who were on the show.
Yeah,
like because Lacey did Rock a Love. But you know how, so different girls, and I'm always because people say they want to see interviews with the girl.
Yeah.
So,
but she does that. Yeah. She does. That's her platform now. I see she does she gets she even got Tango from I Love. Yeah, and I was like, haven't seen him in a minute. Yeah. So that's her. And you know what? It works for her because Rock of Love was a good show. I don't know you saw the season, but it was an interesting show. But I was
and I always enjoy those interviews with the girls.
Yeah.
My heart is comedy. So comedians are my go-tos as far as like who I'm interviewing, because I feel like it's nowhere near enough platforms for comedians to like shine.
Yeah.
And so especially African American comedians. So, you know, I'm like, if I can be one of those venues and areas for them to like showcase and be seen, you know, it's worth it.
It's worth it. Right. Have you heard of the Zeus Network?
I have.
Yeah, okay. It's black owned. Well, it's, you know, it's a mixture, of course, people of color. But Chance has his show on there. He has season 2. Yeah, he has season 2.
And I need to connect with Zeus. Zeus, if you listening, call me, reach me, slide in my DM.
Lumel, that's his name. Lumel Plummet. I think Plummet. I think that he's the CEO. And then Ray J, Princess Love. Who else? It's a lot of producers. They just picked up Bad Girls Club. Natalie Nunn. They have like a spinoff. Tanisha Thomas. So they're picking up shows that VH1 and TV and like are, you know, content that I think is hard to pick up on everyday TV. It's very uncensored, very raw, and I know like it's for
I heard. I didn't watch Chance's show.
Okay, it's rough. It's a little rough. You know?
But I heard it was
It's a little rough. And they have other Black China. Her mother had it. They gave her a love show. It was more for the older crowd, but it was Zeus is growing. And I was going to say, has anybody reached out to you about Zeus or anything? But
not yet. But I'm definitely open to it. And sometimes, like, you know, it's up to the artist to make those connections.
I
don't mind doing. Yeah.
New York made an appearance on the season 1 of his show. She made it was like a sit down with his girls, and she has a connection with Zeus. I think a little birdie, I saw something she might be doing. They might give her some type of show.
Okay.
I don't know, but they're trying to just here. You get a show.
Oh, and shout out to New York, because
she just had a birthday.
New York she always makes great TV.
Yeah. Shout out. Yeah.
Like she is kind of like, you know, like myself. We're kind of like, you know, sometimes unsung heroes of making reality TV what it is.
Yeah.
We first, like, she got shows, and I joke about this on stage. I'm like, they gave New York a show, they gave Real and Chance a show, like they gave me a show. I could have got a spinoff.
Right? Because you were, to be honest, you were out of season 1. You were a fan favorite, even out of nobody really from season 2. Not really. I know Shay did Love and Hip Hop, but she's doing her own. You know, she's quiet right now. So, but other than that, you could have got. I feel like they should have. VH1 didn't do you justice the way they could have. And I understand at the time reality TV was just booming. So
it's never too late.
Yeah,
it's never too late.
No.
You know what I mean? And I feel like, and two, let me speak to this though. I think a lot of times, like, people get they feel like upset because it's like, oh, they didn't use me, or they didn't do this, or they didn't do that. And sometimes you just really weren't ready.
Yeah.
You know, like you weren't ready at that moment. But that's why it's so good to keep going and keep working on your craft and keep making yourself more of what, you know, you need to be, because I feel like if VH1 called me right now, I would be way more ready for that opportunity.
Yeah, I can understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you just got to get yourself to get all the way together, and then the opportunity will fall in your lap because you have consistently pushed and done the work.
Yeah, especially being a fan favorite, and like I think one of the Flavor Flav reunion, they were cheering you on. You wasn't even outside yet, and they were like Goldie, and it just shows that compared to the other girls.
I love it, y'all.
Yeah. And that's just authentic, and that's why, like, black sheep of the show, even Flav, like Goldie, like he excited to see you, because you know that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and the name really like fits you too. It's like real. You know what I mean? It's hip. It's real. It's you at the same time. But it's almost like it's. Out of all the other names that he gave people, like you got a name that's iconic, especially within the culture, within the black culture. I'll say that, you know.
Culture.
Right.
Yep.
Goldie represents like, you know, money, like, you know, popping, you know, like I got this on me, you know, something like that. But to wrap up, do you have any upcoming projects, any TV appearances that we might be?
So TV, no, not at the moment. Well, no, I take that back. I'm taping something for television, a stand-up special for in March, at the end of March. But I can't really say much. I'll post it on my page on IG.
Okay.
And look at it. And definitely doing Goldie interviews.
Okay.
You know, every Wednesday night, and I am moving. We're gonna move the show from Instagram
to
YouTube this year. So just working on my book. I have a book that's coming out this year too. About this in Hollywood and with reality TV.
All right, interesting.
So yeah, and just continuing to work in my field and do my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just excited. I'm excited about what's coming because I feel like this year is really popping. And you know what? You know they say whatever you're doing on New Year's Eve is what you're gonna do for the rest of the year.
For the rest of the year, yeah, I heard that. Manifest.
This past New Year's Eve, I brought it in with Michael Blackston and his girlfriend.
I saw that picture. Yes. Yeah.
So we was turned up in Chicago.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna be spending the rest of the year with celebs and turning up, hey, that's what it's gonna be.
He's real quick. Fun fact: Michael Blackston actually is a part of Zeus Network too. He's or he did some type of casting for Chance and stuff, but he's in that circle. So that's I would say give him a little shout out and just like, hey, what's going on? You know.
So cool. So like
I was gonna say,
like as successful as he is.
Yeah.
I mean, a real star.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he's so cool and humble.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
And I love that. I love being around celebrities who are cool and humble. It's nothing like it.
Yeah. I like that too. And that's like those are the best comedians, not the ones that are so. And we're not bashing anybody or anything, but like the ones that are very like humble. They tell their story. You know, they're just authentic. It's more authentic. Yep. Yeah, that's the comedy. And like you said, good point earlier. Is the mental health. It's good to go to these events, laugh, find something that's going to help you like wind down from this everyday life going on, these changes in the world and stuff like that. So the comedy industry, I wish the best for like all of you guys in this because you got even with pandemic, it's still. You guys are still holding on and still putting out there and just, trying to make for yourself, it fulfills yourself and also others too. You don't know how it touches people's spirit just to like, especially right now, people are losing family and just to hear a joke. Even with that the New York clip, little clip you did, that was like 3 minutes and I cracked up just by watching that little bit. I was just going through but it just, you get my point? It just helps. Right. Yeah, it helps. But I wanted,
days like depression is so prevalent. Like it's so many people that's dealing with depression and it's real. Like I dealt with depression in my past. It's real. But I'll say like for me, a lot of mine was like feeling like, like all this regret and things didn't go the way I wanted it to go in different situations. But you know what? When you realize that every day you get up and it's a whole nother opportunity for you to do you and have whatever life and opportunity you want, like it's a thing where you kind of get like you get so fixated on what you wanted it to be, like what you want your life to be.
Yeah.
And it's not like that. People kind of get all messed up about it. But it's like maybe this life is better than what you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm good. I'm like, I'm over 40 now. So I would have thought like, oh, I would have had the husband, the kids, all of that. But man, look, I get up when I want to. I go to bed when I want to. I do what I want to. I go when I want to. I'm like, hey.
Right.
It's possible here.
Yeah.
So
I like that. I like that. Good energy. Yeah.
Encourage somebody who might be listening, like, hey, just start to really focus on what the things that you do have, the opportunities that you do have versus like, what you don't
have. Yeah, I agree. Well, while we wrap up, I wanted to thank you for this interview. It was an awesome interview. Like I said, I'm honored to just speak with you on just what you've been up to pretty much. We'll give you a break from your interviews and, kind of do the flip on that. And so maybe soon we can do a follow-up interview, see what's going on, see what,
not hating on me. My voice had this hate on me. It does not want me to be great.
You did awesome. I didn't even tell. Couldn't even tell. Still came out great. Well, maybe soon we can do a follow-up, maybe later on in the year, summertime, and see what's going on, what's new, or, whatever content is coming, or, for your book, especially when your book drops. We like to talk about that. So I want to thank all the listeners that's been subscribing and listening and the support. And I just want to thank everybody for just tuning in today. And so we'll wrap up and we'll talk with you guys later. All right. Thanks for listening.